7 months of calling the Baptist Church their temporary home, this mother and daughter now look forward to the promised land. They were part of hundreds who found refuge at this church in their hour of need.
My children, they're going to own their own house. Unlike I'm staying at the shacks or what, but I know that it's my house.
They leave behind a bittersweet chapter of their lives.
But the journey was very difficult because we've experienced things that we never thought we'll be experiencing, especially from the community. The way they laugh at us, the way they were insulting us. So finally, at the end, we became strong and became one thing.
The new land is about 10 kilometers outside Mamelodi in Mooiplaas. It's already been occupied for years. The flood victims who join this community say their dignity will only be truly restored if services like electricity and water is provided.
It is very cold here. We can be very happy if the governments can make sure that the services are fine.
The pastor who opened his heart and church for the destitute says he will continue to help those in need.
We were talking with some two guys of getting maybe the JoJo's so that people can have water.
The floods started at this high-risk area at the Eerste Fabrieke informal settlement. Thousands were affected. They too will be relocated.
I only went out of this situation with my ID document. That was the only thing that I managed to get it.
During the devastating floods last December, these shacks were all covered with water. Due to this high risk, people living this side of the informal settlement will be prioritized during the relocation process. The City of Tshwane says this land is part of 6 pieces of land identified to relocate people from the high-risk areas and other informal settlements around the capital city.
We will move to some of those that are still at the Eerste Fabrieke. They will form part of the relocation phase 2. We spend millions of rand to purchase this land, and we're also providing other services such as chemical toilets and water tankers to make sure that in the midst of COVID-19, people are able to wash their hands.
If everything goes as planned, the relocation process is expected to be completed by end of October this year. Patricia Fasagi, SABC News in Mooiplaas, east of Pretoria.